Hello and welcome to another unboxing video. Now we here at Firestorm Games are extremely excited for the release of Star Wars Force Awakens, so we thought we'd celebrate the occasion by taking a look at the Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game, the Force Awakens edition. Now on the front of the box here we have the Resistance T70 there being chased by a few First Order TIE fighters. So flipping this over on the back you can see the content of the set. So we've got all of the counters, the miniatures, the cards, everything else that you get in here, and the actual contents below, and I won't go through everything as we do get quite a lot, and I'll be exploring these later on in the video. So let's open this up and take a look at the contents inside. So first of all, let's start by taking a look at the rulebooks that you get in this set. So here I have the Learn to Play guide, and this is the starting point for new players to X-Wing. Now inside, everything is broken down really nice and easy. You've got the component list here. It also gives you a basic tutorial game as well, and this kind of runs you through the steps, teaching you each of the concepts as you go through the game and as you go through the turns, and introducing you everything in kind of a nice and easy way to understand. Now all of the concepts are also backed up by these diagrams, as you can see. They're very clear, explaining what each of the steps are, and very easy to follow indeed. Within a few minutes you can have a really good grasp of the core mechanics of X-Wing. So once you've got your basic rules firmly laid down, you can actually move on to the advanced rules, and this covers things like actions, which are like target locks, evades, barrel rolls, things like that. And then once you're familiar with the game, you can just kind of introduce some of these advanced rules as you go along and as you become a little bit more proficient with the core rules. So that was the Learn to Play booklet. The second booklet that we have is the rules reference. Now, this is where I'm going to explain one of the differences between the updated X-Wing Force Awakens set and the original X-Wing core set. Now, the main difference is this rulebook here contains all of the updated errata FAQs that have come out since the original release of the core set. So this is the most comprehensive and up-to-date guide that you can get. So really, if you're a brand new player to X-Wing, it's highly recommended you start with this set just for the advanced rules. So in here you get a lot of the rules which are discussed in the Learn to Play booklet. I'll go into a little bit more depth, explain a few things that might crop up in the game that you need to just kind of reference and take a look at. As before, everything's all nicely laid out. You've got everything bullet pointed here. Not as many diagrams to explain things, but this also includes information such as cloaking and large ships, things that aren't discussed in the Learn to Play rules there as well. So once you've finished with both of these books, you can move on to the third booklet, which is the X-Wing Mission Guide. Now this mission guide contains 3 scenarios which you can play. The first one is Ambush, second one is Raid, and the final one is Rescue. Now all of these missions can be played with the contents of the X-Wing Star Set, and actually include force building options, so you can build your own, choose your own X-Wing fighter and choose your own TIE fighters to go with it as well. So now that we've looked at all the rulebooks, let's look at some of the tokens now. So the tokens come in these 4 cardboard sheets. Now the cardboard sheets are roughly a few millimeters thick, nice and sturdy. You just pop them out of here when you've got them, when you want to use them in the game. On the left here we have all of the actual the bases that the actual X-Wings and the TIE fighters fit on, and all of their stats are detailed on there as well. We also have the movement dials where you lock in your movement for that turn. We also have some obstacles such as the asteroids here. We also have some evade counters, things like that. Also some target lock counters, and also the movement templates as well that you can use, and some more mines and also some asteroids as well. So that was the tokens. Let's move on to looking at some of the cards. So the cards come in 3 main types. The first ones are the actual stat cards. Now these are used to actually define the stats for the X-Wings and the TIE fighters that you're using, or any other game for example. Now these list any abilities or special abilities that they've got. Also list the amount of points that each of these cost, and we also, in this set, we get 4 different X-Wings that we can use. We also get a number of different TIE fighters, so we've got 3 unique TIE fighters there, and then we get 3 pairs as well. This equates because you get 2 TIE fighters, you can have each of the ones using both of these at the same time. So those are the stat cards. The next set of cards that we have are the upgrade cards. Now these are slightly smaller than the stat cards, and these grant your units special abilities. So for example, we have the Wired here, and when attacking or defending, if you're stressed, you may reroll 1 or more of your focus results, and this costs 1 point. And you can just add these to your units just to kind of buff them up a bit, and also kind of use any leftover points. So the final set of cards that we have are the cards that make up the damage deck. Now we get quite a few different cards here. Now in the game, these essentially work by, if you score a normal point of damage, you just place one of these next to your card. However, if you score a critical hit, then you'll also get a different effect such as Shaken Pilot, Blinded Pilot, major explosion, things like that. Now, this is another difference between the original X-Wing core set and the Force Awakens one. Now, this deck has been updated, things have been balanced out a bit, and as of 2016, if you want to play in any organised play, you will need to use this updated damage deck as opposed to the previous one. So that's all of the cards. Let's move on to some of the dice. So in X-Wing we get 6 8-sided dice. We have 3 green and 3 red, and the main difference between these are the defense dice that you roll when you're getting attacked, and these are the attack dice that you roll when you're attacking someone else. Now each of these has some different marks. We have a blank side, we have a hit marker, focus marker, and also a critical hit marker as well. And for the defense we have the blank, we have the focus, evade, and a few blanks there as well. So those are all the dice and the tokens and the rulebooks. So let's move on to one of the things that everyone probably wants to see the most, which is of course the X-Wings and the TIE Fighters themselves. So here we have all of the miniatures that come in the core set. On the left here we have the 2 First Order TIE Fighters, and on the right there we have the Resistance T70 X-Wing. Now you probably can notice that all of these come pre-assembled and pre-painted, as you can see here. The paint jobs are actually quite nice as well. If you look at the T70 here, which is like the autofocus take aim, you can see all the nice detailings have been picked out and got like nice weathering effects on there as also, and even the markings on this side of the X-Wing have been painted on as well. Now if I just remove one of these TIE Fighters for the time being off its stand, just so you can see the base. Now this contains all of the information that you need to kind of just quickly glance at when you're playing the game. We've got all the stats at the bottom there, we've got all the actions, we've even got the firing arc of the TIE Fighter on there as well. And to just add them on, you just click them back on again, and they just can be used to store away and play the game quite easily. So now that we've looked at all the miniatures and the tokens and the rulebooks, let's zoom out and get an overall summary for this core set. So that was the Star Wars X-Wing Miniatures game core set for the Force Awakens. Now if you're a brand new player to X-Wing, then this really is a fantastic place to start. Not only do you get the miniatures that you need to play the game, you also get the rulebooks, the dice, the tokens, everything you need is included in this box. You can crack this open, read through the rules quickly and be playing the game in no time at all. Additionally, if you are an existing player, then this is really a great place to pick up some of the new miniatures. So we've got the T60 X-Wing and also the First Order TIE Fighters as well. But then also you also get the updated rules and also the updated damage cards as well. So if you would like to pick up one of these core sets yourself, I'll pop a link in the description below, which will take you directly to the Firestorm Games web store for the X-Wing Miniatures game, and it's available on there for $26.99, which really is an excellent saving, because considering that each of these ships at the bottom here cost £10 on their own, and you also get all the extra items in here as well. So if you enjoyed this X-Wing unboxing and would like to see more X-Wing coverage, or any other game for that matter, then let us know in the comments below and we'll do our best. So until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.